I can't fight this feeling anymore. It's the feeling for achievements slash trophies. So this is The Bunker. It's a full motion video game. That's right, they still make them apparently. And, but I mean, what do you care? It's going to be easy trophies, easy achievements for you. And yes, it's also in that same category of a game that doesn't really like to show you the full name of it. So they decide to smash it down in the corner. I can't adjust it no matter what. What you see is what you get. They really do have that much of the E cut off, you know, in their own game. But whatever. Like I said, 2.5 hours to get the full amount of trophies, the full 1,000 achievements. So hey, let's just get started with the Achievement Guidebook for The Bunker. So we're not going to walk you through every single achievement. There's obviously videos that already do that. But I'm going to point you in the right direction. Now, there's a guy on PlayStation 4. He's in the forums for PS4 Trophies.com, I think it is. Blaze Naruto Shippuden. He is the one that has actually already created a text walkthrough for you. Somebody else actually has a video walkthrough. I will give a link to both. Duck360 Gaming number 2. That's the guy that has done the PS4 full platinum trophy walkthrough. I'll give you that. I really kind of recommend the PlayStation Trophy. Sorry, PlayStationTrophies.org. I actually recommend the bunker walkthrough by this guy. I'll put that in there. So what are we looking at here? Well, it's surprisingly full motion video. There's a few quick time events where you got to take your cursor and actually put it in the right spot on screen. There's ones where you have to, you got to find these little toys, and that will be part of your little collection. You get 10 achievement points for each one. And so you're going to be finding those. You need to be reading all the documents in the game and whatnot. These are just the mechanics that you need to work with. You'll often need to hit X, or I believe it's square, in order to, like, read some of these, you know, where the text actually zooms up. Obviously, it's in English, but, you know, you can actually read it from right here, but you're going to want to hit that extra button in order to read the document. X on Xbox One. And then obviously I believe it's square on the PlayStation 4. But this is, for all intents and purposes, it's a full motion video game. There's cassette players. You'll see one down in the bottom. You'll have to listen to all of them. You'll find little icons interact with computers. Here's another document that we're going to need to click on.
Communicate.
And like I said, hit X or square and make sure that you actually read it, not just, you know, listen to the audio, you know, from this vantage point. And then you need to back out all the way. So just so you get credit for reading these documents. And seriously, there's like 6 different collectibles, and this game is literally just all about making sure you're reading everything, listening to all the cassette tapes, and whatnot. And quite honestly, what did I say? Blaze Naruto Shippuden, you know, his text walkthrough, it'll make sure that you don't miss anything. It can be a little vague here and there, and you know, there's like a puzzle piece you got to click on really early in the game, but he'll tell you that you need to make sure to click on it. And just like full motion video games, you know, you click on the little thing to make you go to the next room, and then you'll watch your character move into the next room. I mean, that's really all it is to the game. I'm not going to get into the backstory of necessarily the actual real life place they filmed this in. I'm going to do a review on this, so we'll get into more. But it really is a decommissioned nuclear bunker, and unfortunately, when we say nuclear bunker, what we really mean is that it's not powered by nuclear power, and it's not housing nuclear warheads. It's basically just a fallout shelter that's meant for people to go to if there was a nuclear attack. And like I said, you know, these places got decommissioned in the early 90s, and sometimes the original landholders ended up with the ability to have museums and have tours in some of these places, and that's basically what they're doing with the game. They're taking a real place, but like I said, you know, it's basically just a facility that was supposed to house maybe a couple hundred people, and, you know, they're making a game out of it. So the story really isn't that interesting. It's cool to see these old monitors and whatnot, but yeah, so aside from those details and whatnot, you got text that'll come on computer screens. Sometimes you'll need to actually activate the little computer screen, but quite honestly, there really is barely any input from the player that you really need to do. Aside from making sure your cursor is in the right place at the right time to hit some of those little events, but there's no achievement linked to that. There's no trophy linked to that, so you don't need to hit those timed button presses. I mean, obviously if you mess up, you know, then you got to replay the section, but the PlayStationTrophies.org, the text walkthrough, actually is pretty good. Maybe someone's already done one for the Xbox One, but I point you here because this guy did one first, so I give credit to him. And that's pretty much it. You know, you're watching full motion video. For the most part, there's one main actor, and he does a pretty good job. They have occasional other actors, but quite honestly, I just didn't care for the story too much, and it does an M. Night Shyamalan twist toward the end that you're not going to care about. The game does retail typically for $20 US. It's been on sale a couple of times for nearly 50% off, pretty close to 40%, so if you can get this for around maybe 10 or 12 US dollars equivalent, which is about, like I said, about half off. That's a pretty good price for it. I haven't seen it go too much lower than that so far. I haven't seen a 60% sale, but it literally takes you like maybe the video walkthrough is about an hour and a half. I haven't actually watched it. I just went through it myself. But yeah, you really are looking at about, 2 hours. There's not much to it. You just got to make sure that you're getting all the collectibles, and you can basically replay the section at the end and get both of the endings without having to replay through the entire game. It's easy. I give it a difficulty of 1. You will be kicking yourself if you don't play this game. Like I said, aside from the fact that even if it's a half off sale, it probably is going to be costing you the equivalent of 10 US dollars. Obviously that's a little higher in Europe and whatnot. But hey, if you don't mind spending the money, I say go for it. You find it on sale, check it out. Real easy game. Get your achievements and trophies, and we'll check you next time.